Hey, Max here, and I got a hot topic to talk to you Star Wars fans about. And it's about a recent episode of Collider Jedi Council. I finally watched a new episode after a long period of time on my way home from work. And this is after a 13-hour day. I wasn't going to make a video today, but I'm mad. So I want to talk about it. I want to give the warning first. Warning! This video contains rumors, speculation, strong opinions, and a mad Max. And I am mad. And I'll get on to the reason, but let's talk about it. Let's talk about Collider Jedi Council, the show that should be for Star Wars fans, is it? And let's talk about Kathleen Kennedy, how we should ask for her to be fired. She shouldn't get a pass, and I'm going to go on to that more in the video. And Dave Filoni, he's proven himself time and time again. He knows about Star Wars. He knows interesting ways to take it. He adds to the lore instead of taking away and destroying characters in movies. So, he should be in charge. And we're going to do a poll because you know what? Petitions, contacting Lucasfilm, all that. It's a noble idea, but it doesn't work. Let's be loud about it. Let's vote in this poll and just show how ridiculous it is that she's still the president of Lucasfilm. Let's show people, just make it real simple. Filoni or Kennedy? Who should be the president of Lucasfilm going forward? And she should not get a reward for this junk, because anyone else would be fired, and it would be in the conversation if it wasn't for the Disney difference, the McDisney difference, in her elite status in Hollywood. That's why people aren't talking about it. Anyone else would be saying they should be fired for the mess that Star Wars is in. But let's get into the topic, and I encourage you all to participate. If you disagree with me, tell me why. Dislike this video. I don't care. I want to talk about it. I want honest opinions from everyone. Who should be the president of Lucasfilm? Collider Jedi Council. Too little, too late? And that's another question I want to ask you guys, and that's what got this video started. I want to enjoy a nice video on my way home from work. I want to hear real criticisms, because it's not, the way Lucasfilm and Star Wars is going is not right. It's obvious now. Why is it not okay to ask Kathleen to be fired? And that's why I got this video, and that's why I'm mad. Because they made some valid points in the conversation, but then they said, well, I'm not saying she should be fired. Why would you ask that? Because she doesn't do her job right. That's why. She fired everyone else. Why does she get a pass? Why is it okay for her to fire everyone else, but we can't talk about her being fired? Baloney. We're going to have a fan vote. You can disagree with me, but vote in the comments and in the poll. No more hiding the direction of Star Wars. Let's be as loud as possible and make it as easy as possible. Who should be the president of Lucasfilm? It's an easy, to me it's so easy. If you want a bright new future, one that's got depth and direction, but let's vote in the poll. Are you kidding me? Almost 3 months of being dismissive of fans, and now you start criticizing Kathleen Kennedy and how she is not as good as the entertainment lead at Lucasfilm? Now, almost 3 months in. Anyone remember the Schmoes No Last Jedi special where all these critics were in a room complaining about the toxic fandom? Don't let them off easy now, viewers. All these YouTube movie news shows were first to report on the Facebook group sabotaging the Rotten Tomatoes score. And that's a small group. And there was a lot more fans that were upset, and they dismissed us. They dismissed us till now, so don't let them off easy. Look how long it took to get an actual criticism of Kathleen Kennedy. Are you serious? And then Harloff used a sports reference. I'm a fan of the Yankees, but just like in sports, you might not like the way the manager is handling the team. And that's also where I got mad. You take almost 3 months to talk about the issues fans have been eager to talk about. When you have a Star Wars show, it's a Star Wars show. And then you say, I'm not saying she should be fired though. What? What? A manager of a sports team in any city where we're making horrible decisions and putting the team at risk, the fans in that city would be calling for that manager's job. Making horrible decisions with no follow-through. And then she's in hiding. We don't hear from her. The public would call for the firing of that manager. Just like we should call for the firing of Kathleen. The same way we should be calling for the firing of Kathleen Kennedy. It's an absolute valid complaint about the movie universe. And it's ridiculous that it can't be part of the conversation on this show, Jedi Council. It's too little too late, and it's not enough. They actually said maybe she could help run Fox. No! No way. What a mistake. Whew, that really got me upset when they said that in the video. It's as simple as this, viewers. You want a movie universe to succeed? You need someone who cares. Feige cares, and Dave Filoni cares. I'm not insulting the intelligence of Kathleen Kennedy. She just doesn't care. She's there to collect a paycheck. She's there for her own opportunities. She ignores fans. You want a thriving universe? You listen to the fandom, and you respond. You have a conversation with the fans, and don't ignore people. Ryan and Kathleen ignored people. They had warnings. I believe in equal opportunities for women, and because of that, I absolutely believe she should be fired. Any man in this position, the public would be calling for their jobs. It's a lot worse than they admit still. It took them how long to get to this point on Jedi Council? It's a lot worse than they say. Any man that made the decisions she has and put a very potentially profitable franchise in this bad a shape 4 movies in should be fired. Collider and other critics were extremely critical of DC movie universe after Batman v Superman, Suicide Squad, and Justice League. Kathleen has had more chances than DC. She had problems with J.J. Abrams, Gareth Edwards, Lord and Miller, Colin Trevorrow. She hasn't had traction on other standalones. While she throws she's okay to throw big Star Wars Celebration events where they should have announced new standalones. So you take the money, but you don't do your job. And they keep announcing series of films that haven't even started writing yet. Benioff and Weiss haven't even started thinking about Star Wars yet. It's just a throwaway announcement. Plus, she ignored numerous warnings from directors and actors like Mark Hamill. She deserves all the criticism she gets, and it's completely fair to ask for her to be fired. I think anyone else, it would have been a conversation a long time ago. But it's the McDisney difference, and it's the relationship with Disney and critics on YouTube and the entertainment media. That's why it's only now starting. The reason I'm also mad is it's the typical response from social media influencers. After 3 months now they know the fans are not changing their minds. And I think the majority of Star Wars fans now, I don't think it's necessarily completely down the middle. I think after the Solo trailer dropped, the majority of the fans are against this directionless way Lucasfilm is going. Now they want to have a conversation. They get paid to talk about Star Wars, and they now only want to talk about Star Wars. Maybe it's all those new Collider graphics. More Patreon to keep Collider going. I am offended. The fan base was too male chauvinist and racist at the time to listen to it before. But now that Collider needs fans to keep their lights on, you want to listen. The Schmodown is Patreon. Wait till you hear what's next is going to be on Patreon. You have a responsibility to viewers to examine issues. And I want to pose a question to you viewers. Is it too little too late? Because a true Jedi Council would examine all the issues and hear everyone out when it's needed most. But we were ignored in December. Ignored till now, and maybe it's just too little. I absolutely think Dave Filoni should be in charge of Lucasfilm Creative, but Kathleen Kennedy shouldn't be rewarded either. Let's make this real easy. Vote in the polls. I'm going to share the results in a future video. Who should be president of Lucasfilm going forward? Kathleen Kennedy or Dave Filoni? Vote in the comments and make sure to vote in the poll. I want to have a video showing the results and call for Filoni to take over. And I have more on the way boycotting Star Wars until we have some overdue changes. Thanks for watching and tell me your opinions. And I also want to know, do you still watch Jedi Council? Do you think they represent the fan base? And is it too late? In my opinion, they have a lot more ground to make up before they can try and win fans back. They ignored us, made fun of us, and attacked fans. What a missed opportunity. When fans needed us the most, that's when they dismissed us. The time we need a council and a discussion the most, and we were ignored. And Campia, Super Chat, viewers pay to have questions answered, and he still gives wishy-washy Disney show responses on a daily basis. You have people pay to have you answer questions. Answer the question. Show your viewers some respect. And please don't forget to vote and comment. And don't forget, she fired how many directors? It's not working. She had her chance. We have every right, with the amount of money on merchandise, Blu-ray, movies, toys, convention, theme parks, and how much we invested into the Star Wars franchise, to ask for the president of Lucasfilm, no matter who they are. And that's why we're only getting this started now. It's because who she is. She's connected Hollywood elite. That we should ask for them to be fired. Okay, now I'll get on to the viewer comment. And I appreciate all your comments. This one is from Lee Jones. Old people action figures did sell well back in the day. Obi-Wan, Tarkin, Chewie, 200-year-old Yoda, who was a definitive pensioner. Oh, wait, they had charisma, though, didn't they? Yes, awesome point. They could sell older people action figures if they have charisma and good characters. But the other point in my video was about the toy agenda, is you initially got these characters when they were younger. So you have a young Luke, a young Han, a young Leia, where Obi-Wan was already old. So you're seeing your characters age, and if you could pick a young Luke and an old Luke, a young Han and an old Han, a young Leia and an old Leia, I think you'll almost all the time go for the younger one. And that's why I think there is an agenda to get rid of their figures, because if you have a choice, and then some other people commented, they do sell younger versions still, and that's probably why, because the young character figures probably sell better than the old ones, and I think that's why it was part of the agenda to kill off these characters. But tell me your thoughts, and I appreciate all your comments. I love to talk to you about this hot topic, and this is where I remind you, you don't have to follow me anywhere. All I want from you is to join in the conversation and talk about a hot topic. See you on the next one, guys.